Hi, my name is Jason, and this is my vlog called Living with CMT. I hope you enjoy. Good evening, folks. It's Friday evening. It's 6:30. I haven't done a lot today. I have been to the doctors, which I'll tell you more about at the moment. My first thing I want to do is a thumbs up and a shout out to my newest subscriber, who is named Sydney Bembo. Now, the reason I've mentioned it, and I don't usually mention all my subscribers, is she wrote something on the CMT site the other day that struck a chord with me. And that's basically about how she's been affected by CMT, not physically, the mental side of it, the way that it affects you in your head. Now, okay, I'm okay because I'm 46, so I've had to watch for the last 10, 15 years things that I've been able to do I no longer can. This post I was reading, this woman is not my age at all. She's half my age, and it's very difficult, I would have thought, at that age, when you think that you've got your whole sort of scope of what you want to do physically. You want to be able to climb mountains, or you want to be able to scuba dive or whatever, and CMT stops you from doing a lot of that. Now, I told her the one thing I will say is I learned a valuable lesson last year, and that was to focus on your positives. Because I went through a bad time last year, as you know, if you watched me vlog, and the reason I started doing the vlog was to give me something to express myself. When I was at my worst, I was literally feeling useless. I felt like there was no point in even being here. What was the point? Because it was only going to get worse. I was running out of things I could do. So what was the point of me basically living? I had no real reason other than obviously my family and stuff, which I knew was important. I had nothing for me myself to do. Nothing that I could say, right, I can do this each day and make myself feel better. And obviously I started vlogging, and then I sort of kicked myself up the backside one day and said, I'm going to do something positive, in which case I promoted my books, my two books, my poetry book and my fantasy novel, and decided to self-publish them through Amazon. And it was the best thing I've ever done because it gave me a bit of confidence. It gave me a bit of belief that there was more I could do that I hadn't tapped into. Yes, I am a good writer. I know I'm a good writer. I've been told I'm a good writer. I'm not going to turn around and say, no, I'm garbage at writing, because I've been told I'm good at writing and creating and creative stories. Obviously, people know when I've done my vlogs before, I've done a couple where I've actually put parts of my stories on them and then continued them for a bit of time. Now, I haven't done any writing for a while because I've not been in the mood to write. But today, after I've finished doing this vlog, I am actually going to do an hour of writing. And I've made myself a promise that I'm going to start doing my writing a lot more because I want to get my second novel published. So what I would say to people is basically, yes, I know you can't do things. Trust me, I know even simple things like carrying a plate or something like that. But you will find something that you can do and that you will really, really enjoy. You really will. I mean, like I said, it's opened up to me now because I'm writing, because I'm vlogging. I also do a lot of surveys, and surveys help me to feel like I'm contributing to society, because even if I only do one survey a day, I might be influencing a product that millions of people are going to buy in a couple of months' time, or a film that I might get to see the trailer of and give my opinion of it to help the people who are making it and to help the people who are promoting it. So it's a good way basically to make you feel useful. So I just think it's worth concentrating on what you can do, instead of what I was doing, which was I was focusing on what I couldn't do. So every day it was a case of, oh, I can't go play football, I can't play cricket, I can't walk for miles, I can't play snooker, I can't play darts, but I can still do a lot of positive stuff, which makes me smile. I am still here, I can still breathe, I can still see, I can still hear. So I'm a lot luckier than a lot of people. So you have to basically count your blessings. Like I said, it must be very, very difficult to be half my age and have the same problems that I've got now. Because it's funny, because as the last 5 or 10 years, I was saying to myself that here I was, early 40s, and yet I felt like my body was 80. It was literally reacting to things completely different to how I wanted it to. I could walk for 20 yards and be absolutely worn out. And it just wasn't me. I used to be quite physically active when I was younger. Now, the doctor's appointment today, I went to see him because of the vitamin D thing I told you about. I've got a vitamin D deficiency. I've actually had the official diagnosis now. I've had a letter to say that I'm vitamin D deficient. And what worried me was I've actually been taking a supplement for about a month. So I was a bit concerned why my bloods were still vitamin D deficient. Anyway, I went to see my specialist, and he turned around and he said, the reason is it can take up to 12 months for your vitamin D levels to be affected by tablets. So he recommended something to me, which I've been out and bought actually. And it's a thing called, let me just get my piece of paper, because I can't remember, it's got a name, it sounds like a vacuum cleaner to me. Deluxe 3000. DLUX 3000. Now, if any of you people suffer with a vitamin D deficiency, and you don't like taking tablets like me, because I don't like taking pills, even though I've got hundreds of them, this is actually a spray. And all you basically do, from what I've told, I've ordered it, it's coming, and I'll actually show it you on camera when I get it. And all it is basically you lift your tongue, one spray underneath each morning, that's it. That's all you do. And your body will slowly absorb the vitamin D, which is fantastic for me because I keep taking tablets, and I'm also taking Actimel, which have got vitamin D added to it. And the good news is my vitamin D level, when they first noticed it, was 27. Now it's supposed to be 50. Apparently now it's up to 45. So I must be doing something right. I don't know what, but I'm doing something right. Anyway, I was told that the capsules basically and the tablets are a waste of space. They're no good. They're no good. You know, I mean, he actually spoke from experience because he himself suffers with vitamin D deficiency. And he takes one of these sprays and he says it's a godsend. It really is. He says it's brilliant. So I'm going to give it a bash and see how I go on. Now, I'm a bit lost this evening, which is why I'm going to do some writing because, as anybody knows, again, I've been watching the African Cup of Nations. And because it's coming up to the semi-final stage, there's no matches today and there's no matches tomorrow. So I'm kind of at a bit of a loss at the moment. It's weird not having any football on. Very strange for me, that is. So at the moment, I'm just finding fillers, if you like. I did a little bit of Harry Potter Lego last night, which is still one of my favourite stupid games, Lego games. I absolutely love them. I still managed to it used to be that I could do 3 or 4 hours. Then it went down to 2 hours, and then an hour. And now after about 40 minutes, 30, 40 minutes, I can't grip the controls. But rather than letting it get to me and screaming and shouting and going mental, I decided I'll come away from it. I'll leave it there. I'll go upstairs and I'll read. And I'll still keep calm. I'll still be able to do something before I go to sleep, you know, something positive. Because reading's positive. I think reading is one of the most positive things you can do. Excuse me, I need water. Yeah, I mean, it is one of the most positive things you can do. Because reading, you absorb knowledge or you lose yourself in fantasy fiction worlds or whatever. I think that's where I got the idea to write my fantasy novel from. I'm forever going off into worlds of my own. And I was told last year by a minds counsellor that that was not what you're supposed to do. Apparently, if you go off into fantasy worlds, you're not dealing with the present. You're not dealing with your own life. You're trying to live in another world that doesn't exist. Well, I've always done that from when I was a kid. I remember when I used to have to walk miles of distances, when I used to have to walk to school, which was about 3 miles from where we lived, I would have this ability to basically start walking and shut my brain down completely and go into a complete fantasy world. By the time I came out of it, whatever story I was in, I was just coming up to the school gates. So I didn't actually remember walking the distance that I'd walked from home, which I've always had the ability to do that. I don't know why. I thought it was just natural, but evidently it isn't. Anyway, like I said, I went to the doctor's today, and that's all been sorted now. He's also made sure I'm staying on my tramadol because it is helping me hip. But I've also found out that vitamin D deficiency can cause pain, can cause joint problems. And I think that could be linked to my hip. I'm not totally sure. The other thing he's pushing me through is a podiatry appointment. Because when I last went to see him, I mentioned about me seeing a neurologist because I haven't seen one for 15 months, 16 months. And I should have seen one last March, but mine retired, unfortunately, when I was due to see him. And I waited, and I got a letter through the other day arranging me an appointment with the MSK department. Well, I completely got confused here because the MSK department is physio. It's physio. It's my physiotherapy department at the hospital. Now, when I spoke to him, I told him that I'm not doing physio again because last time I did physio, I nearly ended up in traction. It did me no good whatsoever. I went there with one bad shoulder. I ended up with bad shoulders, bad neck, and almost a paralysis across my spine, the top of my spine, because of the so-called exercises they gave me to do. So I swore I'd never do that again. Anyway, I told the specialist this, Martin, and he said to me, yeah, I'll make sure you see a neurologist. So anyway, I got this letter through telling me about this MSK, make an appointment, and I didn't want to, so I spoke to him today, and he disappeared for about 10 minutes, came back and said, there's been a bit of a mistake. He said, it looks like what they've done, they've had a look at your condition and thought that you needed physio first to be referred to a specialist. But he's told him that I already had a specialist, so I don't need a referral no more. I just need a specialist. I need to see somebody who can basically confirm what's going wrong with my body, why I'm having the pains I'm having, why I'm not being able to do things. I want him to say to me, yes, this is normal. Yes, this is expected. This is what you will have to go through. Because then at least I'll know and I'll feel reassured. Because at the moment, nothing seems to link with the pains at the base of my spine. Nothing to do with CMT seems to link with the pains at the base of my spine. And it's got me completely baffled because I've had scans on it. I've had an MRI scan on it and nothing. They didn't find anything wrong. And yet still it's agony. Sit for 10 minutes and then lean forward and whoa, my spine's gone. If I stand up and walk for a few minutes and then stop, my spine, it's just never ending. And there's got to be more to it than that. There's just got to be. I don't know. Maybe I'm just confused. Who knows? Who knows? Strange, isn't it, this CMT? We don't know what's linked to it and what isn't. But yeah, like I say, I've now got 49 subscribers. I just need one more for my big 50. And that'll be a massive achievement. Shout out to Stephen Cook as well, who's like me. He's waiting for me to get my Z box and my Geek box for this month. Well, the good news is the Geek box money has come out of my bank, so that means that will be on its way. I'm just waiting on the Z box now, so then I'll have 2 more unboxings to do, because he absolutely loves them. But yeah, like I say, I've got nothing planned for this weekend, Saturday and Sunday. Tomorrow, Deb's making me birthday card, because she makes all the cards, as you've seen before. She makes all her own cards, anniversary, wedding, blah blah blah. She makes them all, mate. She's brilliant at it. She loves doing all that sort of stuff. So I'll have to disappear out the room for a bit and probably watch TV or find something to do while she makes me cards, so I don't see it. And then Monday we're in town. Tuesday we've got a good friend of ours coming round who wants to see. She wanted to see me on my birthday next Thursday, but unfortunately, we've got friends coming up from Stoke and we've arranged a day with them because we're going out for a meal. And then they're coming back here and my mum's coming down and we're having a bit of a tea and Deb's doing a cake and all sorts of stuff. I feel like I'm 12, but it's dead funny. I mean, because I celebrate my birthday every year. I'm not one of these who say, oh no, it's just another number. It's just another number. Let me tell you, if you do that, you just remember that there's poor unfortunate souls that don't even get to see your age, let alone experience it. So my motto is make the most of each year. And that's why when my birthday comes round, I literally have the entire week as a birthday week. I don't have just the day, because if you just have your day as a birthday, then it just goes too quick. That's like putting everything into Christmas Day and saying it doesn't matter about Boxing Day, New Year, New Year's Eve, blah, blah, blah. You've got to encourage the entire, you've got to incorporate it all. And that's what I do with my birthday. I have a birthday week from Sunday to Sunday. But we'll have to see what happens. Who knows? Anyway, on that note, I'm going to disappear. I bored you enough. It's nearly 14 minutes. But you all take care, and I'll do another video very, very soon. Bye for now. Hi, I hope you enjoyed the vlog, and if you did, please give me a thumbs up and a like. Thank you very much. And if you like what you saw, you can subscribe by clicking there. And if you want to see what I did yesterday, you've just got to click up there. Bye for now.